We back, baby.
Yeah, back once again, man. I feel real good because the surround, like now, so
Hey,
the people,
man,
so
we
the
in the
people
locker room.
listening, so the people listening, they can't see it,
can't see it.
But for those that's out there in video land, in visual land,
Yeah.
Hey man, we got the new set popping,
Yeah,
man. We
man.
inside the Waterboyz locker room.
Yeah, man.
The water cooler. Yeah,
Yes,
the water
I like
cooler
that.
looks real official.
Hey, you know we need a Gatorade cooler, man, like the orange ones.
Man, how much you think they gonna pay us? Because if they ain't paying us, we don't need no Gatorade
Okay,
cooler.
Yeah, well, we need a cooler then.
We need a Waterboyz aid cooler
Yeah,
or something
man.
like that.
No Waterboyz. No haterade.
Yeah, no, we can't. Hey, I never tasted a haterade a day in my life, my guy. I don't
know.
even know what it tastes like.
I know, right?
Yeah, probably tastes like you're sipping and drinking and eating on stones. I don't know what haterade tastes like, but it's never been inside of my mouth. All right. Hey, so look, man. Today we have a wonderful guest.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
since we've been doing this, and it's funny because he just asked us how long we've been doing this. And as I started going down how long we've been doing this, I was just telling him how blessed we have been to have the caliber of guests that we've had to sit down with us, man. I'm talking about, man, Hall of Famers, you know what I mean? Ring of Honor players, you know what I'm saying? MVP, you know what I mean? People who won college championships, all that. All
Super Bowl
that.
champ today.
Hey man, I'm finna keep on going. We've had Super Bowl champ. Our second Super Bowl champ that is set down with it. And it's funny because the first Super Bowl champ, they were in the same division that he played in.
B-Mac.
Old B-Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Brian McFadden. You know what I'm saying? But today, one of Atlanta's own.
Shawty, stand up.
Yeah, definitely, man. And even though he made his mark in the NFL in other cities, the city of Atlanta is home for him.
He know he wanted to be a Falcon.
And we
He know he wanted to be a Falcon.
All right, hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. Look at the look on his face. He looking like mayhem. But look, give it up right now for Jamal Lewis, our guy. What's up?
Jamal Lewis in the building, Doug.
What's up, my guy?
Man, nothing much, man. Glad to be here.
Hey, man.
Thank you for coming.
Look, city of Atlanta, Doug High, man. Just how does it feel to just have someone like yourself represent Doug High and the long lineage and history of people who have come out of Frederick Douglass and have done really great things? Your name gets mentioned on that list, man. How does it feel to be amongst those list of people who have gone on to do great things from Frederick Douglass?
Man, it's good. It's good, really, man. Just growing up, you know, in Southwest Atlanta, going to Usher Middle School, you know, and then going on to Doug, which my brother went to Doug, of course.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, meant for me to go there. He had already, you know, kind of paved the path.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But I was always known as Lil John.
Yeah.
Always Lil John.
Okay.
That was me. You know, it was like, and I just needed to get my own, you know, make my own name.
Yeah,
you know,
make your own mark.
But, you know, like I said, he paved the way. And like you said, at Doug, man, it was just greatness, man. Even from Dr. Hill, you know, being the principal there and just kind of the people that you seen walk the halls and just go on to mainly music, you know, more music than anything else. But at the same time, we just had a good heritage, man, and pedigree over there, man, and good coaches and competition and you know, pride about what we wanted to be and who we wanted to be. Even though we were in the inner city or whatever, we wanted to go out and show that, you know, we had talent. And that we could be great and that we can go to college and we can get scholarships and that ended up happening, you know, around, you know, the time that I was there, even though before it was a few. But then when I got there, it was, you know, guys like Overstreet and few guys, you know what I mean, that started getting looks, and then you start having D1 schools coming through or whatever, and we just started putting out that talent, man. And then year after year, it was like more and more people that was going to the pros or just like you say, pursuing their music careers and or breaking into that music career or whatever. And it's just, it feel good, man. It feel good. You represent all over the country. You know, when people ask me where I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Southwest Atlanta.
Southwest Atlanta.
And it just hold a name, and no matter what locker room I'm in or what city I'm in, you know, you get respect. You know, from, you know, Atlanta guy, we get respect.
Yeah, so my wife went to Doug, and she is like, you guys really love your high school. Yeah. Like I've gone to a couple of the Mays and Doug games. I've gone to a couple of the alumni games when the alumni get together, whatever year it is, reunion. You guys love your high school. Was it the same kind of rivalry when you had Doug with Mays that she talks about now? I mean, we even joked on the mayor. When my son cracked the joke on the mayor, he came through, hollered at us, old Andre Dickens. Yeah. Shout out to the mayor. He sat down with us, man, and my son even cracked the joke on him about him going to Mays. Was it that tense of a rivalry? Not in a nasty kind of way, but just, hey, we Doug, y'all would not beat us. Mays going down every single time we play.
Oh yeah. It was a big rivalry. I know it used to be nasty when my brother was there.
Okay.
You know, that was the late 80s, early 90s, whatever. But I think that kind of transferred over to the point where it was like every time you had a Doug Mays game, I don't care if it was basketball, football, whatever, it was a staple. People was going to show up.
Yeah.
Because you wasn't too far from each other, right?
Yeah.
So some people that lived in a certain district, they went over there or went to Doug or whatever, and we kind of divvied up the talent or whatever. You got to think about it. Even Little League, you had Ben Hill, or and then you had Adamsville, so guys played in the parks or whatever. It was like, what school you going to?
Yeah.
And I can remember, I was, because of Coach Davis, I was going to end up going to Mays. But then my dad was like, nah, you going to Doug because there's a new coach over there, this, that, and the other. And he saw something I didn't, and luckily I made that move. But it's like you said, people love Doug. The alumni is strong. We have a big picnic every year or whatever, where all years come back and show off who they are and who's got the best class and this, that, and the other. So it's a good school to be in. I'm happy we still exist and we're still there and we're still standing strong.
Nice.
Man, it's like you still got a couple plays up in you, man. You look like you in shape, man.
Hey, man.
How many quarters you got in you?
Man, none. Man. It's just looks are deceiving. I just hey, man, the health, man. You got to keep your health, man. Yeah. And, I think after I retired,
Does your brother train you?
No, man. I don't need to train like that.
Yeah.
I don't need to train like that. And I know he gonna try to pull it out of me big time.
Yeah.
So I rather keep our relationship as siblings.
Yeah.
But nah, man. I just try to stay in shape, man, and try to eat right a little bit. After retiring, I put on a bunch of weight, and then you go through that whole phase of retirement and life after football.
And he's like, I gotta get this stuff off.
Yeah, man. I just had to get this thing off of me. Snoring and sleep apnea and all this stuff, and these dudes dying, heart disease and all that type of stuff. Man, you gotta take it serious, especially when you get older.
Yeah. Now, my producer on me real hard, so I lost like 60 pounds, and I'm my sleep apnea is much better, but I still suffer from. I have a CPAP machine, but I ain't been using it a lot lately because I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, the more weight you lose, the more weight you lose, and you have to realize that, you start having to, get rid of some of these medications and some of the stuff. I got a bad asthma too, so it's like I needed to kick it in gear. And but luckily, man, it's been over the last 4 or 5 years.
What little league you play for?
Adamsville.
Okay, I was Ben Hill Tiger.
Yeah, we
the best in the world, man.
Nah. That was a rival.
Yeah, Adamsville and Ben Hill.
But see, y'all used to have players that were too old.
Nah,
they was out there cheating.
No, they were cheating. 14, 15-year-old players, man.
You had to get birth certificates.
Neither one of them beat Kite Paul.
Oh, man. Hey, we left Kite Paul.
Beat him out,
Hey, look.
Kite Paul was sorry.
Dude, you gonna let him talk about you like that?
Now, Kite Paul did have, they were strong earlier on. But then I think Adamsville kind of took that, and then Ben Hill. But, man, you had to get them, you had to have somebody checking them damn birth certificates.
Man.
When they
y'all out there with school counselors playing running back, man.
That was Adamsville, bro.
It's supposed to be the 100-pound. Y'all got 4-1-60.
We used to play at Lakewood, man.
Okay.
Hey, man, nigga jumping out the car.
They say jumping out the car.
Pulling up the car.
Put your helmet on.
Hey, let me ask you something. Doug, you went to Doug. What did you remember Damien Pierre, the quarterback?
Yeah,
man, he had to hold the ball up. That man was raw, man. And I wish he would have, like,
man, I forgot about him.
He was fire, bro.
He was good,
Yeah,
man.
That man used to be like this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Right.
He had a style, man. It was dope.
He was around my brother's years, I think.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of good talent, man, come out of Doug, just all the way around, man. And it went down a little bit, but, City of Atlanta school system, man.
No, like, and it's real dope to hear y'all talk about the parks y'all grew up and played at. It's dope. Like, I grew up off Gresham Road, so Gresham Park, that was my park. You know, Gresham Park was more like, we had football, folk balled out, but we were more known for baseball. Gresham Park was the baseball hood. We still are. I don't care what nobody
Michael
say.
Harris.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what nobody say, but it's just dope to be able to look back on those times because, like, when you're young and you're doing something, or even when you get older and you're in a special moment or you're a part of something special, sometimes you don't recognize that you're a part of something special. But then you look back and be like, man, you know what? Like, those are some really great times. I was really blessed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ever had those moments when you think about high school, you think about growing up and the football teams you played for?
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. It's special just, like playing at Adamsville or, just the guys that came through there, basketball and football. Right.
Yeah.
And just kind of moving on from just Adamsville Rec, to the Atlanta Vikings, which you had guys took that over, which was still Adamsville, and just the guys that come out of there, man, and you just know when you was young, and my dad dropped me off at Adamsville Park, and it was like that was it, dropped me off to the point where he didn't have to take me no more. I walked, I walked to practice, but he was there to pick me up or whatever. But at the same time, it was just one of them things where, you talk about the games you had, some of the competition, some of the guys you still see, you still reminisce on games that, you lost, that, was in the playoffs and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I think the biggest moments, man, would be probably in high school, like the Southwest DeKalb game, playing against the Quincy Carters.
Did y'all beat Quincy?
I beat Quincy my sophomore year.
Okay, yeah.
But they went on. They won a championship. They won a championship.
They did.
They went on to win a championship. Yeah. But he was, he was like an icon. You know what I mean? Like around the city.
He one of the biggest high school stars ever come out.
Yeah, he had a damn mural at Nike Town. Remember?
Yeah,
like,
man,
you
wow.
walk in there, he was Southwest DeKalb. You're like, damn, this dude,
We see you, Quincy.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's the man. But when you have that type of, even though that's Decatur, DeKalb, it's still the city. It's just one of them things where you just look back like, man, this is something special, and you were reared for this. You was born for this. Even the guys that I played with that didn't make it. Yeah. I played with some guys in college that weren't better than some of the guys I played with in high school. Mm-hmm. Same way, college to the pros. Same way, but it's just it's special that you had guys that I played against that kind of really helped build me as a player. Whether I played with them, Tony Morrow, that played with us at Darian Hutchinson, Terrence Barlow, these guys like I competed against, they didn't go on to play in the pros, but they went on to play their respective colleges, where they fit in, whatever. But at the same time, they built me, to who I became, going on to my career.
Man, that's dope. So look, I guess I know Be Rich. Anytime we have anybody on here who could have gone to the University of Georgia but went somewhere else. I'm in this man thought process. We've been doing this long enough. Tired enough. So I'll let you go ahead and ask the question because I know how you want to ask it.
Why you didn't pick Georgia?
Well, but Georgia didn't recruit me.
Oh, it was Georgia's fault.
Yeah, Georgia.
Who was the coach at the time?
Dunning was the coach. But they were tied. They were tied in to
Harrison.
Nah, it was another kid. Jasper Saints.
Saints.
They was tied into Jasper Saints or whatever, and he was a big back. I think he was at Carver Columbus. He was a good back. So I think they pretty much had their chips in on him, and kind of overlooked. They were recruiting me though, but it was like, but it was really at him. And then when it came down to it, man, I just went to Tennessee, and Peyton was staying. The running back, Jay Graham, had just left and went to the pros. So really, it was like, shit, this is the perfect spot. I can come in and play right now because they had no real guy. But I knew I could go in and play then, and that's when I committed. And that's when Georgia started. That's when they came in.
Too little, too late.
You come take an unofficial visit. I'm like, it's too late. My mama sent them home with a homemade apple pie. And
as well she should have.
Told them we'll get at y'all. We'll let you know. But I'd already committed, man, And I would have loved to went to Georgia. You know, even Georgia Tech. But Georgia Tech wanted me to come take a visit. I'm like, I live down the street. Like, I don't need to take a visit there. You know what I mean?
Just tell me what you want to do.
Just,
like, come
what
see
y'all
me.
want to do. Like, they would have just gave a hint, because I would have loved to have been in the city.
Yeah.
I probably didn't need to be in the city.
Yeah.
I probably didn't need to be in the city, thank God. But at the same time, I would have entertained going to Georgia. It was, you know, I'm a big Herschel Walker fan.
Yeah, me too, man.
You know, I'm a big Herschel Walker fan. I'm a big Georgia running backs fan, period.
Running back you.
Garrison, like all the dudes that went there, played, I followed them. I wanted to be that, but it was a business decision, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Peyton Manning, how was it playing with him? Give us some stories about that.
Man, Peyton was just a professional, you know, in college. You know, you drop the ball, you might not get that ball in the game. You know what I mean? Like, it was perfection every time, had to be right. If it didn't go right, you know, more than once or twice, then guess what? That play was out. But you know, he was the man. I used to call him the golden boy. You know what I mean? Because he was like a full-fledged professional.
Yeah.
You know, in college, and just his work ethic, and just the time he put in, you know, and everything else, and just the leadership. You know, he was a real leader, and we became good friends. You know, because I ended up starting, you know, as a freshman. And
Freshman of the year, right?
Yeah. I ended up starting, and you know, he basically helped pave that way for me to start, because he knew what I was capable of. He liked the way I ran the ball. He was just making sure that we had protections, you know, could protect him.
Yeah.
You know, that was one thing he told me. You know, if you want to play, you're going to have to protect me. and he came
He said that?
Yeah. And he told me, he said, man, you got to, you know, if you want to play, these are the things that you're going to have to do. And it was basic protections, you know. But little did they know that we ran the same protections in high school.
Wow.
So my high school coach, you know, he brought in a college, you know, offense, right?
Okay.
That's crazy.
So we ran a lot of these protections. So I already knew it, but I don't think that they was very comfortable. But he told me, he said, you know, if you can learn these protections by the fourth game of the season, you'll be starting. You know, if you really want to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. I'm just sitting back waiting. You know.
So what game did you end up starting?
Fourth game of the season.
Wow.
But you know, but he kind of, I think he knew that, because we played Florida around the third game of the season.
Okay.
So I think he kind of felt that they wasn't going to let me start before the Florida game.
Gotcha.
But I ended up getting in the Florida game because the running backs was fumbling and they wasn't having a good day, and then they put me in, and I just took off.
Yeah, that's what you're
I
supposed to
took
do.
off, and they wished that I would play the first half of the game.
Yeah, what you do for the rest of that game? Do you remember?
Man, I don't remember. I was out there fighting. Man, listen, I was just running.
Yeah, just running.
I was just running.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, I'm in, like, they calling my number.
Yeah.
I done ate a big pregame meal.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting to be doing that. Hey, man, I was happy to get the pregame meal. You know, spaghetti, filet. We got all this. I'm like, shit. I'm eating. I'm like, I ain't gonna get no burn, really. So I can put on a few. And they're like, Jamal, get in there.
He's like, oh, shit.
Hey, but you were running and you got the protections, though.
I was running, dog. I was running. But you know, we didn't win that game. But at the same time, after that, then it was on and popping.
Yeah.
You know, I think Ole Miss was the next game, then Georgia. And
Did y'all beat Georgia?
Yeah, we beat Georgia. I had 230 in that game.
Oh, were you trying to run it up?
I was really trying to.
Yeah.
I was really trying to, but at the same time, it was just, you know, hey, man, look, we're going against the home team.
Exactly,
we was
man.
in Tennessee.
You're supposed to recruit me, man.
Yeah, they're supposed to recruit me.
Yeah.
I didn't let them know. But it was good. That was a good day, and then that kind of just set the stage, man, for my college career, really, you know. But Peyton, man, he was very influential. Taught me how to work, you know. I think I told the story before about a coach that told me that, hey, look, you know, watch number 16 tomorrow in practice, and then you'll see what I need from you.
Yeah.
And he was just like 100 every single play.
What?
So I took that, and just every day after that, even going through the pros, I outworked. I just outworked everybody.
That's how
you
you
know what I'm
supposed
saying?
to.
In practice or whatever, no matter what it was, I just outworked everybody. You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I really was able to accomplish 1,000 yards a season in the pros and be able to do what I did in college.
Yeah.
Last thing about Peyton Manning, I've been noticing like he doing a lot of commercials now, and I see like a humor side of him. Was he like that too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
he was crazy, man. He was a prankster. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a prankster. He was the one that was gonna, be always trying to prank somebody or doing something crazy. So, yeah, he's one of us, man. Even though his parents were, his dad was who he was or whatever, but he was just an average, regular dude. You know what I mean? And still the same way, man. Still the same way.
But you know how it is. So like when you say like how business like he was and how it was almost like he was already prepared, like how a professional prepared. People can have that perception and think that maybe they're different than how they are off the field. But just because he demands perfection on the field, same as you. You say you took that work ethic and moved forward. I'm sure people may have had different perceptions of you along the way. Thinking it's just all serious all the time.
Yeah. It's just, man. Look, it's a business. At one point, and when I was younger, I didn't really see it that way. It was like shit. I'm, having a good time, living a great life.
Yeah.
But then you realize, when the politics move into the game, and you get a little older, whatever, and now the money, you either making not enough money and you mad. Or you're making too much money and the organization mad. Yeah. So it's kind of like, how do you stay in the middle, and it's kind of hard if you just constantly excelling, and then it takes the fun out of it, out of the sport, the Adamsville out of it, the Doug saw with the Cavs,
the stuff that was pure
out of it, because I just ran the ball because it was like, man, it was an outlet, you know what I mean? It was an outlet, from growing up in Adamsville, seeing the things that you saw. Parents making ends meet, and stuff like that. So to me, that was like an outlet. It was like just go and just beat somebody's head in, and have a good time doing it. And that's kind of how I took my approach. Even on going to college. It was like shit. I can actually go do this. So, and I can remember my coach, Coach Miles, who's over at Carver right now. Mm-hmm. He took me 10th grade. He took me to a LSU game. Mm-hmm. That was my first college football game. Okay. And it was LSU against, I don't know who it was, but the stadium was just crazy. Mm. They had a real tiger on the sideline in a cage. And they were poking him. This is back, you do that then. Yeah. But they were poking him and, doing all this. And I'm like, man. And when we left, I told him, I said, Coach, this is what I want to do. And then he said, if you want to do it, you got to put the work in. Yeah. And ever since then, I was just like, shit, I want to go play college football,
All right, so playing SEC football, right? When was the first thought that you say, I want to go to the NFL? Was it in high school or was it in for Tennessee? When that thought, and then what you was thinking, like, I can do this. People come at you. Explain that process.
Well, I think that when I first got to college, it's always another level, right? Everything's about another level. So, you may go to the next level and you're gonna start off at the bottom, right? You just got to work your way up. And I think that, like in high school, I worked my way up, right? And had to earn it. In college, I didn't know how good I was going to be. All I knew is that I had a free education. That was the biggest
Your
thing.
Mom was happy when she...
I'm like, I got a free education. I'm good. I done got out the hood, and I'm about to get me an education. No matter whether I'm good or not. In football, I was like, I'm straight anyway, right? And that's kind of how I approached it. Right, and it was kind of one of the things where it was good because I didn't really, as far as football, man, it was like I said, it was just one of them. It's like my mom always says, a means to the end. So guess what? I got a free education. I got a scholarship. They can't take that away from me, whether I'm good or bad.
You got it. It's mine now.
So, but when I got there, and I went through training camp, and I'm like, okay, training camp is good, cool. Whatever, going up against Al Wilson, Leonard Little, Torrey Noel, like great defense, right? And I held my own. You know what I mean? I held my own. So it was like, okay, I might be all right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the guys respected me or whatever. And then like I said, when Peyton came to me, it was like, you can start about a 4-game season if you. And man, I think. When that happened and I got into that Ole Miss game and I hit them for like 155, then Georgia 230, then whoever was after that, it was just like churning it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I think I might be ready. You know what I mean? I might be ready.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people start having talks about, you know, maybe you should petition the league and this, that, and the other, whatever. But I know I had to come back, you know, my second year, my sophomore year. But then when I came back, my sophomore year got hurt or whatever. But I still had, you know, 400 and something yards, you know, within 4 games.
What kind of injury you had?
I had an ACL.
You tore it?
Well, I saw an LCL, which, yeah.
No.
And y'all won a championship that year, right?
Won a championship that year,
Dang.
too. But man, really, it was just, I just felt like I was, you know, 230 pounds. I was, you know, I was strong, I was fast, and I could compete, you know, on that level. That's when I really, especially you got agents calling you, you got everybody calling you, trying to get at you or whatever, you know, it's something, you know, you must be something of a big deal, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
So I really felt like, you know, I can pursue a NFL career, you know, just stay healthy.
Man, so speaking of the NFL, you get drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, and you go into this locker room, all these great defenders. Did you, like, I know you being a rookie, and y'all end up winning, you know, and winning it all, but, like, did you kind of sense, or should I say, how soon did you sense how special that team could potentially be? Even if it was just one side of the ball you saw as special first, like that Super Bowl team we heard, you know, you hear a lot of players saying it's player-led. Like, how soon were you able to sense that, man, we on to something. We on to something special?
I think earlier in the season, you know, you kind of know before the pads get on, before, you know, whatever. You got Shannon Sharp, Sarah Goose's, you know, Ray Lewis, Rod Woodson, Jonathan Ogden. You got all these guys that are vets, you know, that's been in it a little bit.
Yeah.
And you was able to really, you know, get around them, you know what I mean, and learn from them and stuff like that. But, you know, until the bullets start really flying, you don't really know anything. And then they start flying, and we lost a few games, you know, we couldn't score a touchdown and couldn't do this, that, and the other. I'm like, damn, like but our defense was just lights out.
Yeah.
And I knew, you know, that we became a team when Jonathan Ogden and some of the vets, you know, Shannon Sharp, when they can go to the coach, and the coach basically said, okay, we're going to stop trying to air it out. We're going to do two things. We're going to play good defense. We're going to run the ball. And we're going to hit Shannon Sharp, you know, wherever he is, right?
Yeah.
And the coach went with that. And that's when you knew, okay, he listens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He listens. So now you got a coach that listens to the players, and you know you got all these. You know, it's kind of like he was a player's coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean too. He was a player's coach. So he was one of them guys that, you know, just do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job and be responsible. Be an adult. You know what I mean? If you want to be a kid, I'm gonna treat you like a kid. I'm gonna do, you know, bed checks and all this type of stuff. He didn't do none of that. And when we got there, and it was like Ray and those guys, they ran the team.
Yeah.
You know, if you had an issue,
You go
if
talk
you had
to
an
them.
issue, I'm going to Ray and them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and if there was an issue with you, you know, you're gonna get one of them gonna come to you, you know, like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? You know, you all right? You know, this, that, and the other, whatever. So when we had that, that's when I kind of knew, you know, and things kind of turned when we changed quarterbacks, you know, against the Redskins. We changed quarterbacks. Trent Dilfer got in there, and when he got in, it was like, okay, we can go.
Who was the quarterback before him?
Tony Banks.
Oh, wow, I remember him.
Yes, Tony Banks.
He was what, number
St.
8
Louis.
or something like that?
Yeah. I think he came from the Rams.
Okay.
Or something like that. But he was, you know, big arm quarterback. But when Trent got in the game, it was like, hey, boys, let's go win this game.
Yeah, things
You know what I
changed.
mean? Let's go do
Yeah,
it.
you kind of felt the sense that things were changing.
And then things kind of went. And then we got a little momentum, you know. And then I remember me, Ray, Shannon, and Corey Harris. We used to go hang out,
Yeah.
you know, every Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I was the rookie hanging out with them.
Hanging out with the vet.
Paying for all the limos and everything.
They had you paying for all the limos.
I'm paying for all the limos. And just, I'm like, damn, that's why they got me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm the last one to get dropped off. You know what I mean? You the last one getting dropped off.
Nah,
Then
you
what?
gotta
got
pay.
the bill.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I used to be the last one getting dropped off. I got the bill, but at the same time, with that, we kind of built a little unity where offense, defense, you know, I could go over on the offense and kind of just that energy, you know what I'm saying, kind of spread or whatever. And then we just knew it, man. I remember sitting there with Ray one night and he was like, they can't beat us. They can't beat us. They can't beat us. They can't beat us. Super Bowl.
You know what?
Wow. Hey, man.
You know what? During that Super Bowl, I was a pharmaceutical rep, and I used to go up and down the state, and I used to call in, and I predicted that you would have 100 yards, man. I was like, so that whole Super Bowl, I told him he going, what you had, like 101?
Oh, in what? In the
Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was like 101, 102.
Yeah, I remember, bro. I ain't even looked it up, but I just remember you hit it. And and back then, like 100 yards then.
Oh, that was hard.
It was hard to get, but they was Jamal Lewis going to go 200, 150. He hit 100.
Yeah.
He hit
But
100.
New York had a good defense, too.
Yeah.
They had a real good defense. But, you know, in the NFC, they hadn't seen what we were bringing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They hadn't seen that. And it was just like a total different imbalance.
Why you ain't bring the
from
ring, man?
NFC to the AFC. Man, my mom, she had
I
all
want to see the
my
ring.
stuff.
I ain't seen the ring. Have you seen?
Hey, man, she
Seen
got,
one when I went to the Super Bowl in Houston. I seen them.
well, I tell you what, the ones we got, it don't look nothing like what they got now.
Say they done upgraded now.
Man, hey, listen, they done upgraded. They too big. You can't wear them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just shit, man. It was a good time, good run, good team. From winning a championship in college to winning the championship in the pros, it's like you know what a real team looks like, a championship team.
Yeah.
And I've been on a bunch of them that weren't, and you see all of the things that come with it. You know what I mean? So.
All right. Let me take you back to draft day, right? Draft night of your draft. Tell me how that felt. Tell us what round you was taking in, and tell us what running backs if there were any that were taken before you, and you was like, I'm gonna do better than him.
Nah, there was no running back. I was the first running back taken at the 5th pick. But it was a bunch of defensive guys. LeVar Arrington.
Who was the first number one
player?
pick?
Chris Samuels was the lineman out of
Penn State.
I can't remember. I think he was at Alabama.
All right, okay.
But he was a lineman, and then LeVar Arrington was
Good
out of
player.
Penn State, and then number 3 was might have been a quarterback or something, I think. And then number 4 was Peter Ward, and then I went
Okay.
to the Ravens. But I kind of felt like I was going to the Ravens, but didn't really know. But they played a good game of not hinting that they were. But it was a lot of running backs. You know, I think in that round, we had myself, Thomas Jones went 7. I think Sean Alexander went like 18.
Another good player.
And then Ron Dane went like 10. So you had 3 or 4 running
Greyhound.
backs.
Man,
you
that was a good year for running backs.
Yeah. It was a real good year for
Yeah,
running backs.
that was a
And
good
then
year
even
for
in the
running
second
backs.
round. So it was like, it was just, the NFL was built off that at the time.
What did the Falcons pick that draft? It was later on. Were you hoping that the Falcons ever contacted you to work out for them?
Man, I ain't want to be at home, man.
Yes, you did, man.
I ain't want to be at home. I would have loved to play for the Falcons, though. I did try later on. After, you know, like not after, but later on in my career, I did try to get here.
I'm trying to think. Didn't the Falcons make a trade or something the year before that? The reason why I don't even think we had did we have a first round pick that year? Can you look that up?
I don't even think they had a first round.
Yeah, I don't think. I think we had made a trade the year before.
I can't remember who got drafted by them.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I think we made some kind of trade. I think we made some kind of
drafted?
year before.
That was that 99, 2000?
Yeah.
2000 draft.
Yeah. I think I don't know why I think we didn't have a first round that year. I could be wrong, but look, I want to why he's looking that up. So what was it like practicing against that tough defense?
So the thing is, man, I didn't know like who none of these dudes was. I didn't watch football.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
You just did
football.
you.
I just played football. So I didn't know Ray Lewis. I didn't know. I knew Shannon because I worked out with him. But I knew these guys. I didn't know them as football players.
Yeah.
I didn't know stats. I didn't know what they did. You know, whatever. I just played, which I think was good because I didn't. I would. So I ain't. You know, I wouldn't. I ain't. You know, I didn't. I wasn't nervous.
yeah. You came in there ready to play.
So I didn't know who these guys were, but at the same time, man, it was I can remember when we go live. So when you go live, like the first day of live practice.
Yeah.
And you already know it's a bunch of chitter chat.
Yeah,
right?
everybody ready.
Just like Little League.
Yeah,
Right? It's like,
yeah.
shit, we hitting today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
We hitting today. You know? And I can remember we got goal line. We went to goal line. And Priest Holmes was a starter at the time.
I remember Priest Holmes.
So Priest, you know, he got in there, you know, did his thing, whatever, you know, running the ball. And then we got to the goal line, they put me in.
Okay.
So Coach Simon, he was all right, big back, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Come on, see what you got. So we line up and call the play, break the huddle, go in there, and shit, it's just, you know, goal line, just hit it.
Yeah, just hit what it is.
Ain't no moving, no second cut, you just got to go.
Yeah.
So I just hit it. You know, I hit it, the hole opened up, and I said, okay, it's there.
Okay.
And I hit it, and all of a sudden, as soon as I got to the line, 52. Wow. I was like, damn. I said, okay, all right, cool. We didn't get across the line. We didn't score.
Okay.
So we got back in the huddle, called the same play.
They run it back.
I said, I see what they doing.
Okay.
So it's called the same play. So I did the same exact thing. And I hit it, it opened up, and the line is right there, and boom, 52. So I'm like, shit. So I get back to the huddle, and I said, hey, man, who got 52?
Yeah.
They said, that's Ray Lewis. Ain't nobody got it. I said, all right, well, shit, that's what it is. And they lined up, called the same play again. I never crossed the line, though, I can tell you that. But I brought it.
Yeah.
I brought it, and I didn't let up or whatever. But fast forward, right, to the next year.
Okay.
Fast forward to the next year, another young running back come in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
They do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, hey, look, I said, don't dance. I said, just hit it.
Yeah, hurry up and hit it.
Just hit it.
Because he coming.
They
52 coming.
Man, this boy, man, he went in there, tried to dance.
Got
like
lit
some bumblebees was on
Boy.
him, right? And that thing, you know, he shook.
Oh, now he don't want to get back in there.
Man, he was out of there in about 2 weeks.
Wow,
He
wow.
was 4th round pick.
Man.
He was out of there. Next 2 weeks, he was gone. He wasn't built to last, but AFC North, man, you got to be ready for it, man. But practicing against them dudes, they was always talking. It was always energy. It was always competition. And it was always in good, you know. So when we lined up, you know, they already knew when we was playing certain people, they like, man, they watching us.
Yeah.
You know, at least the running game. They watching us. And then I never sat down, you know.
Yeah.
When I was on, I used to always stand on each side and watch.
Because you know something special about to happen.
Man,
somebody about to get
man.
little.
These boys about to eat.
Man,
And they been talking all week about the running back,
Man, they
you
ready.
know, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, they about to eat, man. These dudes do not know what they about to
They don't know what they
see.
about to face.
They already done got faked out by the dance.
They do the dance,
faking out,
and they think, oh, he ain't about to do nothing. He
man,
come out there, it's a
if you
whole
ain't
different
you ain't
beast.
never seen that in person. Oh man, it's just
Throw you off.
Oh, it's crazy. Especially the
Yeah.
other team
You
coming
like,
in there.
Yeah.
They be watching. They
Yeah.
be looking.
I ain't
Yeah.
thought about that.
They be on
man.
the sideline. We
Cause the
be
whole
like-
stadium
and we be
gotta
like,
be
and
like-
we be
I
like,
ain't
yeah,
thought
we
about
got
that.
them now.
Yeah.
We got
Say
them now.
when they paying too much attention,
Hey,
it's
when,
over.
when he come out there and that Nelly drop, hey man, and he got there, it's on.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, so
on.
I pulled up the draft, man. Some pretty interesting people, man. Number one was Courtney Brown, defensive end.
Courtney Brown.
Yeah, then
He was at Penn State.
yeah, he was at Penn
Because
State.
him and LeVar was
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Okay.
So
And
then you had
Samuels was next.
then you had LeVar Arrington at 2.
Okay.
Then Samuels was 3rd, out of Alabama, as you said. Then Peter Ward, receiver. Then yourself, Jamal Lewis out of Tennessee. Then after that, you had Corey Simon. You had Thomas Jones. And then you had the infamous Plaxico Burress.
Yeah.
And then you had a Hall of Famer, man, Brian Urlacher.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Brian
Yep.
was cool. I remember Brian, yep.
John Abraham was that draft.
He was?
Yeah, defensive end, New York Jets. And
All
Sean
right
Allen.
then, hey.
Yeah, yeah. Bubba Franks, Julian Peterson,
Man,
Delta O'Neal, Sebastian Janikowski, kicker, Sean Alexander. There were some good people in there.
Sean Alexander was a beast, man.
It was a lot.
Yeah, the Falcons had selected in the 2nd round, and they selected the guard Travis Claridge.
So they didn't
Yeah,
have a
you
first
didn't have
round.
a
first round pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you
didn't have a
remember
first. They didn't have a first. I can't remember what trade happened, But yeah, we didn't have a first round.
I
that
think
year.
real
because
Falcon fan,
me
boy.
and somebody. So look. When the Ravens ended up getting you, and we sitting there watching you ball out, we were like, man, the Falcons had a first round pick. Maybe they could have got the hometown kid, man. What was going on? You know what I mean?
Matter of fact, hold on.
They had a running back.
The pick that they picked Jamal Lewis with was Atlanta Falcons pick.
Yeah, I know.
From Atlanta.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, they traded it.
Look.
Yeah.
That's right. They
Yeah.
did
So
trade
that's the part that I forgot to add. But yeah, I remember.
But
That's why I kept saying we thought we could get.
But they
we
didn't
could
need a
have
running
had
back.
him.
They didn't need a running back.
No, but
y'all had
we had the other Jamal.
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
you did.
Warren
Yeah.
Dunn and
Yeah,
Jamal.
Warren
Now
Dunn.
we had Jamal Anderson at the time.
Yeah, Jamal. Okay.
Yeah, because he remember he had just torn his
You know
knee
what?
up.
Yeah,
he had just torn his knee up the year before because we
yeah.
went to the Super Bowl '98.
Yeah.
Then he came back, tore his knee up, and then the year after
We
that they
needed
get him. And
him. We needed Jamal, man. You was there. We had the pick, man. We would have
We
picked
would have
you.
sold some tickets. We made it happen.
Yeah, but we ended up with Vic.
Got Vic.
We ended up with Vic.
Got Vic. Ooh, I love it.
Ooh, that would have been crazy.
Man, boy, I would love to see you and Vic together.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Man, so look, but before we leave off number 52, because like whenever I hear him talk, or I've seen him do interviews, the way you talked about Peyton and he approached everything from a professional standpoint, how was Ray Lewis in that same kind of way as far as just being just a professional, the studying, the taking it, just everything? How was Ray Lewis?
Me and Ray was together every day. Honestly, every day we was always together. But he always watched film and studied. And it was always, every day it was, who the opponent was and where's the advantages, where's the disadvantages, where's the strengths, where's the weaknesses, what are they going to do? He would anticipate stuff before it even happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so he was studied enough to know what the tendencies were of his opponents, especially the running backs.
Yeah.
Running backs, quarterbacks, that was his thing. Linemen, who was trying to get up to him and stuff like that, but he had some hogs in front of him that, he depended on them to take care of them,
Yeah.
keep him up off of him,
Yeah.
so he can
Keep
run.
him clean so he can run.
So he can run. And he was just attacked. You know what I'm saying? He was but he was a real student of the game. Still is a student of the game. Still, when I talk to him, he's talking about the game and what happened and what's going on and this, that, and the other. But real student of the game, man, and a professional, and just everything was about, football, man. Straight up. That was just it. You know what I'm saying? And sacrifices and just the things it take to be a Hall of Famer and to be the type of player that he is. You know what I mean? It just was what it was. You know what I mean? But he was a straight professional, man, and just approached the game on a whole other level. I tell people this too. So we used to have things like, it's called them mental errors.
Okay.
Mental errors, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of what...
Them MEs.
Yeah, MEs. So that's what distinguishes you from the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get done with camp, you get done with practice, you get done... How many MEs do you have? How many mental errors do you have?
He just answered my question.
Right.
Like why Caden Ellis is starting over these guys. Those guys probably have a lot of MEs.
It's
understand?
MEs. It's MEs. Can you do the right thing and go the right way? Can we trust you?
Can we trust you gonna do what need to be done?
What you're coached to do on this play?
What Peyton tell you, you'll be starting about week 4 if you do the protection. That fall under that. I gotta make sure you don't have no MEs when it comes to this protection.
You can't be
because you'll get me killed back here.
You can't be here going that way, and then you got a corner cat coming in.
Yeah,
he beaming, right? So that with that, what I'm saying is, when we got through a camp, and I learned this later on, I didn't even know nothing about MEs until 7 or 8 years later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And coach was like, yeah, MEs, that's an ME. That's an ME. I'm like, coach, what the hell is an ME? Like mental errors. He said, yeah, you didn't know? That's how we grade y'all or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how many MEs I got? Man, he like, none. And when you go back and just ask them, I'm like, so how many would, she probably got about 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you add up over camp.
Yeah.
But the great ones like Ray Lewis, he'll get through a 4-week camp and won't have no MEs.
Locked in.
I might not have no MEs.
Locked in.
But that second screen, third screen, man, they might have 40, 50 something MEs. just on
Wow.
just not doing the right thing or going the right way and stuff like that. So with that, that comes with studying, knowing, and just knowing the game and knowing your assignment, your alignment, your technique, everything you're supposed to do, and putting all that in there. And that's where the great ones get separated from the good ones. And you, like you said, you see a dude not play. Like, man, why he
Man,
play?
you just
Get what? He might be a gamer. He might make a few plays every now and then, big plays, but at the same time, he can't get right.
Something's going on.
Or guess what? He can't get to work on time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can't get to work on time. Or, other things. You just never know. So, but with that, that's the kind of player that Ray was, man. He's like a great player.
Man.
So let me ask you this, man. I ask all the players or people that come on. I wanna do a 2-part question. All right. So your Mount Rushmore. I want you to give me your Mount Rushmore of NFL running backs, and then I want you to come back and do the Mount Rushmore of Atlanta Falcon running backs. Is that cool?
Yeah, I can try.
All right. So let's do NFL.
NFL?
Yeah.
Walter Payton.
Ooh, he was sweet.
Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson.
You're not gonna say yourself?
I ain't gonna even put myself in that. I ain't
I
gonna
love
put myself
that,
in that.
I love that.
Damn, it's one more. For the Chiefs, running back.
Well, I played for the Chiefs. I'm trying to think. I know, of course, your old teammate went over there and balled out.
No.
I would say your old teammate went over there and
but
preached.
anyway, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, and
Eric Dickerson.
What did you?
Eric Dickerson.
And where's for the Oilers?
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
See, I used to watch.
So you got to break it
all I
down,
used
man.
to
You got
watch.
to break
I
it
used to
down. You got to break it down.
what?
You got to say Walter Payton.
Okay, tell us why. Walter Payton, why is he on your list?
Walter Payton, he put his foot in the ground, get downhill, wouldn't stop, relentless, hard worker, good person. And you know what I mean, he's just a warrior.
He was a workhorse.
He ran the ball hard, exactly. Eric Dickerson,
Yeah.
graceful runner, knew how to get to the outside. He ran a little high, but at the same time he was a big back. But I like this. He's a graceful runner. He was slippery. He could move in and out of tackles and stuff like that, which everybody can't do.
Yeah. Barry Sanders,
just unique, man. Just unique. Made something happen out of nothing. Wasn't complaining about his offensive line, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Just made it work. You know what I mean? And that's why I say ain't no bad lineman. Yeah. Ain't no bad lineman. If you're a running back, you got to make them good. Yeah. And if you know somebody ain't good, get what? You got to know how to work him. You got to work him.
I like that.
Earl Campbell, just bruiser, pioneer, ran the ball hard, same thing. Ran the ball hard, ran behind his pads. And basically, man, put his foot in the ground, ran north and south. Everybody that I just mentioned ran north and south.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, these cats don't run north and south. They're looking for the sideline, and they don't understand how to run the football. Like there's an art to this. It ain't just running the football.
Yeah.
And if you look at a lot of guys now, they just running the football.
Yeah.
There's no method to the madness.
All
you know
right.
what I'm saying? But anyway.
All right. Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, Mount Rushmore for Atlanta Falcons. Let's see if you got a little
Falcons,
history.
man, I don't know nobody, but
Yeah, he like,
Jamal
man, I ain't pay
Anderson.
attention to
He
that.
from Atlanta.
Jamal Anderson.
Jamal Anderson. All right. Why you say Jamal Anderson?
He was just
'Cause
he
he had Jamal.
was a big back man, and he could run outside. He could run the outside. And when I say run outside zone, you got outside, you got middle. You know what I mean?
One time I watched Jamal play the Vikings, and he ran to the outside, and Randall was on him. Man, he got in Randall middle of the chest and just stiffed arm on him, and Randall just went on his back, bro. I was like, damn, Jamal got Randall. I ain't never seen nobody got like that.
He was strong. He had a low center of gravity, man. But he could hit it. He wasn't that fast to me, but at the same time, he knew how to run on that turf. He knew how to get downhill.
I help you out though. I help you out. So Gerald Riggs, number 42. He was back in the 80s.
I know him because I know his son, but I don't really know.
Ward Dunn.
Ward Dunn, yeah. Ward Dunn would probably be number one.
I'm going to tell you who my number one is. This is my favorite running back all time. You probably ain't never heard of him. But number 31, William Andrews. You don't know about William Andrews.
But you gotta think about what he said. He said, "I played football. I didn't really watch football."
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I didn't watch football.
Man, do me a favor. If you ever get a chance, go on YouTube and type in William Andrews.
He was a
highlights.
beast though, Jamal.
watch it.
He was a beast. William Andrews, I think he was before his time. He was a big back. He could catch the ball. They were playing him at fullback and running back.
How long did he last?
He had a couple knee injuries, and of course
he
back
didn't last
then
long.
they didn't bounce back as fast. But when he played, it's a video out there that, man, when I tell you he lit Running Lot up.
Oh yeah.
Running Lot came up to tackle him. I'm
Bounced
talking
right
about
off
he
of
lit Running Lot up and
I
kept
gotta
going.
look him up.
You
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
that. I mean, I don't enjoy a lot of highlights on running backs. He was a good one, man, for sure.
Yeah.
So look, I know some of the things I want to ask you about to get to yourself. How was it getting that single game rushing record at the time? I think it was it like 295, 295. How was
Man,
that?
it was good. It was it was like an accomplishment that I had already set out for. Because when I saw Corey Dillon get 274,
Same division at that.
against Denver, I think it was my rookie year or my second year. But I saw him do that, and I said, man, that can be done.
Yeah.
I can get that.
Yeah.
It just take 2 or 3 big runs early. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad you
And-
planned it out. That's what's up.
And I was like, man, you get 2 big runs early, you can do this, you
Yeah.
know. And I can remember that game, and then all off season, me and my trainer, we was just training for 2,000 yards, 2,000 yards, 2,000 yards, 2,000 yards, and that was just setting the mark high, right?
Yeah.
Not expecting to go get it, but we were setting the mark,
Yeah.
right? But I can remember, man, going in that game, and the first game we played against Pittsburgh, and I can remember I had like 15 carries, something 50 yards, and I'm like, I was benching too, like,
Yeah.
how, you know?
Yeah.
I done trained all season to get 15 carries, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when coach, I think our quarterback got hurt, and then coach was like, we're going to run the ball. You know, he called me in the office, he said, we're gonna give you the ball 25, 30 times.
And you like, we back.
I'm like, bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it. So we went into that game, and I can remember, first play of the game, I think they might have passed it. Did dumb. Second play, they ran it, and I think I took it for like 80-something.
They were that big play you been
And that
in.
was the big play.
Yeah.
How that felt?
and
How
then-
that felt, man?
Oh, it was sweet.
Were you tired?
Nah, I was geeked up. So, but at the same time, came out of there, and then by halftime, I remember going in for halftime, and Jonathan Ogden was like, "Hey, we should just go for the record." And I was like, "How many we got?" He's like, "We at 180." And I'm like, 180 at halftime?
Yeah.
I said, "Well, look, it's on y'all."
Yeah.
And
That was nice of him, man.
He corralled the troops, but see, you need somebody like him, like I said, the vet.
Yeah.
He gonna go to Matt Kavanaugh, our coordinator. He gonna say, "We gonna get them this
Just
record,"
get them the record.
and he gonna tell them, "We gonna get them this record," and he dialed it up, and they were dialing it up, and it was just one of them things, man, where like you always watch Jordan, you watch these cats, in the zone,
Yeah.
and they just can't miss.
So you felt like you were in the zone. You
I
could feel it
couldn't-
at that time.
I couldn't miss.
Yeah.
It was just I couldn't miss.
Yeah.
Man.
It was like
How many touchdowns you had?
about like I think three, something like that.
That was a fantasy killer right there.
Yeah,
boy.
it was just like just all day. It was just
Yeah.
running. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it was just. But then now it's set the stage, and we know what we can do. We know what we got, and then after that it was 150s and 200s, like just rolling.
So you hit the 2,000 mark. I mean, you right there. The record was in sight, and you look up to he's on your Mount Rushmore, Eric Dickerson. So I know for you to have a running back and the way you spoke about him, talking about the grace and the way he knew how to run the ball and get in and out of tackles. Like, man, how was it coming into that last game? And it's like, okay, we have a chance to break it. Now, the other team saying that you not going to get – I can't remember. I know it was in your division, though, right?
Yeah,
Who
it
was again? The Steelers. Oh, and the Steelers
Right.
didn't want to
And I
happen.
had to go in there to get.
No, the Steelers didn't want it to
I had to go
happen.
get 1-something. I had to go get 100 and something yards. When that game, I was just pushing for 100.
Yeah.
And it's like now I got to get 100 and something. So,
Yeah.
But I think it was. I knew it was gonna be tough. I knew it was gonna be tough sledding or whatever early. I knew this was gonna come out hot. But what I didn't know is that they were gonna stack the box the way they did.
They were like, it's not
That ain't
happening
even
against
fair,
us.
They
man.
put they had 10 people in the box. with one safety in the middle.
How many yards you end up getting that day?
They were like, I don't care if we get beat.
I ended up getting one something.
That's impressive.
Getting one something. But I had a break. I broke one, and that kind of put me up over it. But then I think we went into overtime. So I said, we going to overtime.
I'm about to get it now. The Lord's shining on me.
I'm like, damn. And then we go in there, man, and out of all things, we complete a pass over the middle. Like, right? And then coach kicked the field goal.
Oh.
I said, oh,
man.
I thought he was hating on me. But we was going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I ain't had no more gas in the tank.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah.
The fact that you are a handful of backs that broke to 2,000 mark, that's amazing. Like, that's an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah. It don't happen, man. And a lot of things got to happen for that to happen as far as quarterback situation. Or you just can't pass the ball, get the ball downfield or whatever. You know, usually that's the case. You know what I mean? But man, it was good, man. It was an accomplishment, man, and something that I worked out for. I really like trained for.
Yeah, that was the goal.
And
Yeah.
then we hit it like my diet. Man, I did everything at 100 that year, like, you know. But it lets you know too, man. It's hard work being great.
Yeah.
You know, it's very hard work being great. And,
Yeah.
And very little are consistent at doing that.
There it
You know
is.
what I mean?
There it is. What I like about, you know, you telling that whole story about, you know, y'all trying to go get that 295. I like that Ogden said, hey, let's try to get this record. Because a lot of us, we watching, and yes, you run the ball. So we give the person who's looked at as the main person all the credit, but you wouldn't be able to do it without them. And the fact that they supported you and they want to lift you up and see you shine. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's really what life is about. In some form or fashion, we're going to be a part of a team. Your family, the first team you ever a part of. You know what I mean? To learn how to be part of a team. So that's dope that they really believed in you and wanted to see you get it.
Yeah, man. He just, you know, that was just one of them things where it's like, hey, like I said, when he told me that, I said, it's on you.
Let's do it.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Man.
And then I know what he did. I know he went to Kavanaugh and Coach Billick and said, hey, man, we're going to get him this yard.
Yeah.
We're going to get him this.
Man,
so y'all need to dial it up. Don't be out here being pretty.
Yeah.
You know, hand it off.
Let's
Let him
get
do his
dirty.
thing.
Let's get them these yards.
And we did it too, man. It was special, man. Just when you got a line, man, that's working like that, and you able to put in those yards, you able to get that done, man. And it's all the work you put in, and coach cursing us out about running the track or get this block, and this is where it needs to be. This is how and then you get into that game, and it's working. It's like working. Like everything the coach done railed in your head, it's working, you know. So
man, we right here at the end getting ready to wrap up. And B may have another question, but it's something that I want to ask before he asks this. Because just as a football fan, I love the rivalry early on between the Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. I loved it, man. How was that? Like, please tell me, because I've never spoken to anyone on either one of the teams to give me a firsthand account on how that rivalry was. Because looking at it on NFL films or the highlights, man, it looks like it was intense.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know because I'm just stepping in, you know, whatever. And I'm like, you know, early game, I wasn't starting to start, you know, the season anyway. So I'm on pregame meal. You know what I mean? I'm trying to eat good, you know, for the game. But anyway, I just remember going into that game and all the coaches was like tripping. He was like, I'm like, what happened? Like, why are they? They're like, we got Tennessee this week.
Yeah.
It's Tennessee week.
Yeah.
I'm like, and like what? But when I got in there, that first game, you knew
What
you
it
got
was.
Eddie George, you got Steve McNair, defensive players, Bullock. You got all these guys. They stacked up like we stacked up. But it was just, man, it was like a heavyweight bout. Like it was just a heavyweight bout just going up against them. I don't think I started the first game, but then going to the second game we played them, it was like shit. Like man, like it was. I was in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's physical.
Yeah.
That's one of them. You ain't gonna get no 100-yard game. You know,
Yeah.
you be lucky. You better try to shoot for 89. You know what I'm saying? And them 89 are gonna be
The 89
hard.
gonna come tough.
Them 89 gonna be hard. And then we went into the playoffs and played them.
And it ramps up even more.
Oh, it went up even more. And you
Went down to
like,
59.
yeah, you like, whoa. And man, it was just an atmosphere, man, that was just crazy. And I can remember they even put it on the thing now where when we was there and they put up on the Jumbotron and they put up there Coach Billick speaking to us the last game that we played them. And he said, he had a magazine that said Tennessee, the #1 team in the NFL. And he said, but not today, right? And they put it up on the Jumbotron. And man, hey, look, we were geeked though. They didn't know, like that hyped us up.
Yeah.
And they using it for bulletin board material.
Yeah. Y'all happy y'all
man,
look.
what? We
Not
like,
today.
we like, Coach, don't worry about that. We got this. We got this. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, man, we was just like a gang.
Yeah. Man, hey, man, I got chills hearing that.
Yeah,
That's the football fan in me,
good,
man.
Great question.
Yeah.
Hey, man, my last question before we get out of here, man, is I played running back, and I remember playing against Cedar Grove, and it was the hardest hit. It was an interception, and I went to go tackle the guy, and a guy just blindsided me, and my mom said the whole crowd was like, oh, woo! And he knocked my feet was over my head, bro. I bounced and she said, I know you was hurt because when you hit the ground, you jumped right up real fast and ran to the side. I was so hurt. So my question is, what was the hardest hit you ever received, and what was the biggest punishing hit that you delivered that you can remember?
The hardest hit, I think, would be Takeo Spikes playing against Cincinnati. My rookie year, we was in we was in Cincinnati. And I caught a screen pass. And I think as soon as I caught it, turned and wasn't looking inside. And man, he came and just cleaned me up.
Oh no!
And this was my homeboy. He came and cleaned me up. I went this way. The ball went that way. They recovered the ball, and as soon as I look up, Coach Billy is standing over me, and he said, "Welcome to the NFL, son. Hold on to that damn ball." And that was it. You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
But that was the hardest hit I remember. But at the same time, delivering, man, the one I want to say is just like in the Super Bowl. Like in the Super Bowl going against Michael Barrow. Because I wanted it.
You got him.
I wanted it.
Ooh, why you wanted him so bad?
Because he was talking shit in the game. And it was one of them plays where I could have chose to go this way.
You chose to go
But
with
when
him.
I saw him, I said, fuck that.
So you got to find this clip, man.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, find it. You gonna see? I went out, and I could have. It's pylon. It was pylon, space, Michael Barrow.
And what you say?
And I said, I got an angle here, but I said, fuck it. I said, fuck it. I had to have it. And really, honestly, we was already winning, so it wasn't about a touchdown and shit. Honestly, I really was like, fuck it. And then when we made contact.
Yeah.
And he was getting the worst part of it.
Yeah.
And then I think somebody came to help him. I think Armstead, somebody came over to help him. By that time, I was in the end zone.
Yeah.
But I would say that was.
I gotta watch that. I'm gonna go watch that one, man.
You got it.
Hopefully Trey can find it, and we're gonna clip this.
It was my touchdown. My only touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Man, well, look, we appreciate you coming
Man.
through, my brother.
man.
Thank
Hey,
you so
look,
much.
man,
It was worth the wait, man.
Anytime.
Thank you so much for coming through, believing in us. And like his brother John, I used to work out in his workout class, man. His
Shout out
brother,
to
man,
John.
awesome dude, man, awesome dude. Well, look, we appreciate you coming through, rocking with us in the water. Like you our first guest since we put up the new set.
Oh, yeah?
Put up the
Yeah,
set, man.
You our first guest since we with the new set.
Yeah, man, I gotta get y'all a jersey or something.
Yes,
Man, do that.
please.
Do that.
I like this.
Do that. Hey, look, once you come through the water cooler, you family from that point
Get you
on.
a Doug High jersey. And
Hey, we went to the Doug. We went to
just take up some space.
We went to the Doug Mays game this year, man. Doug whooped their ass.
They whooped them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Seem like they trying to figure out the quarterback position, which one of the young men they really want to go with, who they can believe in the most. But once they got their foot in, they went ahead and pulled off with the game. They put it on them. I want to say they beat them by 3-4 touchdowns.
Yeah, we got to get it, but what we got to really win is playoff time.
Yeah.
When we leave outside of the perimeter.
Go ahead and take it in.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where we got to get better as a whole.
Okay.
In the APS and inner
Hey.
city sports.
Hey, well, look. Hey, well, behalf of everybody out there, we always tell y'all the Waterboyz show, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents
hold
Hey, look,
us.
though,
What's
look,
up?
man,
What?
We got the Hawks on.
Man, I got the
I
Hawks.
said.
But hold on. We
Hey,
got to give a
yes,
shout out
sir.
to our sponsors, Trey.
Okay, we waited right all the way to the
Yeah,
end.
man. Let's go ahead.
You done waited all the way to
Man,
the
shout
end.
out to Hungry AF, man. Shout out to
that's
Big
so
Back
good.
Cajun Kitchen, man. Shout out to the Flame, man.
You gotta say what the flame is.
The
'cause
Blue
only
Flame,
people
man.
from
Where the
Atlanta
shoe
know what
models,
the
the shoe
flame.
models, man. If you ever want to go see some good shoe models, go to the Blue Flame.
Okay, hey man, well that's what it is, man. Well, Atlanta, this what you do. Go to the Blue Flame after you leave up out of there. Ride on over to Hungry AF, get you some of them Trey Young or them big Hefe wings. But then after that, go on over to Big Back Cajun Kitchen, get you some of that catfish and that shrimp. You know what I mean? Oh, or get some of that Mardi Gras pasta, man. They got that time, man. It is awesome.
awesome.
Some of that boy, it's like bourbon season on it. Hey man, it is on point.
There's some
You know
paper
what I'm saying?
napkins.
Hey man, I'm trying to tell you, like, hey, you gonna see the plate, then the plate gonna disappear. You won't even know where it went. Hey, but Atlanta, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, my partner, B Rich, the great Jamal Lewis.
Yes, thank you.
And you already know we got Mario and Doug.
Dollar DP. Hey, when you see him, call him Dollar DP.
Hey,
Right in the
Waterboyz show, we are out.
Ski, kill the camera.